I am going to show you how I set up the Sim Raceway SRW-S1 wheel to work with the new Ubisoft game, The Crew. I don't know if this will work for everyone, but it seemed to work for me. The first thing I did was initialize the SRW-S1 by downloading Sim Raceway and installing it. I don't know if that's required, but I seem to have trouble getting the wheel working before I did this. So I installed it. I went to Options. I went up here to SRW-S1. I picked, let me bring this up some. I picked Default and I applied it. At that point, I went ahead and I went to my copy of The Crew. And I have it running at 1920 by 1080 resolution for the purposes of this video. I went to Options. Now there's this confusing screen where you can sometimes click and sometimes you have to use the left and right arrows. If you make changes you don't want to, you can cancel out. Go back to Options. You want to go to the wheel controls. This is another rather confusing screen, but what I do is these are my steering settings, which I've found that I like. You can modify them in here, or you can modify them with the game up. It doesn't seem to much matter. But I know most people are interested in the actual settings that seem to work. Those steering settings work pretty good. The throttle settings I currently have here with the sensitivity way up. The sensitivity seems to matter quite a bit in these settings. Steering, I found that you can have it too sensitive, so I brought that down some. I prefer almost no dead zone, so I have that towards the bottom. This adjusts how much you want to turn the wheel before you get the full turning radius. And so if you turn it completely 180 degrees, you might be more around here. I turned mine about 120 degrees, so I'm over here. You'll find you'll be playing with these settings quite a bit for about half hour to hour before you get the right settings. Again, those are my throttle controls. Brake. I haven't had to play with these too much, but you can see the brake is related to throttle. It's on the same paddle switches. Next, you want to map the keys and the actions on the controller to match the actions you want in the game. So I can't show you the actual controller, but what we'll be focusing on is these paddle shifters down here. That one I'm going to use for accelerate. This one I'm going to use for brake. You have also some paddle shifters up here you can use for various things. Typically if you want to manually shift. And you will also be moving the wheel either to the right or to the left to map the steering. And we will go ahead and map a couple buttons after that just to show you how that's done. So you go back here for acceleration. Again, I'm going to map this paddle down here. So we click on that. I hit the paddle. On brake, I'm going to go ahead and map this one down here. So I click on this and I hit the left paddle. Turning left, I'm going to hit this button and I'm just going to turn this wheel, which you can no longer see, to the left. Here I'm going to hit it and turn it to the right. Let's try that again. That worked. And just for kicks, I'm going to map the two most critical buttons will be handbrake and nitrous. So for handbrake, I'm going to hit this left blue button. For nitrous, I'm going to hit this right blue button. Those are mapped. And let's see if we can save this. That worked. Now we are going to go into the game and see how it works. Okay, if you look in the back window of the car, you can see that I can actually turn it. You can see me turning the wheel. That's actually pretty helpful. Might even be able to see it from the front. For some reason from the back it's the right direction. It seems to be kind of nice. You can adjust it from this screen, and that can be very helpful. You can hit escape, go to settings, go back to wheel controls. I must have passed it. There you go. And yeah, you can adjust these, the sensitivity, you can adjust it and watch its effect. As well as the other settings, you can adjust them, but we're going to go ahead and just try to drive. And as you can see, I'm not a great driver, but hey, I've only played this game a couple days. My conclusion is the wheel actually works pretty good. Whether it's as precise as the keyboard yet is up to debate. It's going to take me a few days to see, but it's definitely a more natural experience, and it's a little bit more fun. So let me avoid that, get back in this town, and I'm going to end this video. I appreciate you watching it. I apologize for the rough edges. This is, I think, my first gamer video, and could be my last, but who knows. Like it if you found it helpful. Thank you very much. From Big Memory.